Angels live in my
tits,
town.
the chick with the women that farts in a jar. Let's get back on here.
Oh yeah, let's get back.
She's got huge tits. I sent you the video. Play that video.
I'm so happy
Wait
we're
till you
talking
see
about
how
this.
hot she is.
I'm
She's a
looking for
chick
the
from.
clip.
I just sent it to you through text.
Is that the only clip we got?
No, I'm going to send
she
you
was
as
in a
we're moving
reality
along
show,
so you don't get
right?
confused.
What reality show was she on?
She's 90 Day Fiancé.
That's
If you
right.
wanna
With no
lead
neck
something,
McCombie.
Start by
I
saying,
bet I'm gonna switch.
Yeah, that's
accounts
okay.
here.
So anyway, she started selling her farts in a jar. This chick from 90 Day Fiancé. Well, she explains it. Play the clip and we'll just commentate. It's literally all in here. You could just start from the beginning. I've watched the whole thing. It talks about this thing doesn't give you the end of the story. What's happened to her now, though. This is when it's at its height, I believe.
Okay, 1 second.
That's okay. Take your time, buddy. Just edit the shit out of that.
Oh God, she is fucking rocking.
That's why I said tits.
She's pretty sexy.
Cry on those tits.
She's a little hottie.
Yeah.
And so, and you think when guys want jarred farts, they want it from a hot chick, right?
Obviously. Well, it depends what you're into. I mean, some chicks like fat chicks. Some chicks like skinny chicks.
I think it depends on your love affair with said person. You could fuck around with it.
But she was selling farts for $1,000 a fart.
Dude, could you imagine?
A jar was $1,000.
$1,000, and then she did a 50% off day at $500.
I would imagine it's hard to jar a fart.
I think she explains it in this video. If I
For
remember correctly.
$1,000 a jar, I could figure it out.
12-minute long video.
You don't just watch the first like 2-3 minutes.
Very,
and you can pause it and commentate.
With a new business venture, which
cute,
has
huh?
been exploding.
90 Day Fiancé.
It's all over the internet, which is pretty crazy. I never ever expected this. Honestly, I started selling farts about 3
Her
weeks
diet's
ago,
insane,
and
too.
in addition to jarring my farts, I've also been selling videos of myself making the jarred farts, which has been extraordinarily popular, but I never ever expected it
Extraordinarily
to take off the way
popular.
that
People
it has.
watching her
Honestly,
fart.
She made like
people
$100,000 in
do
8
it
months.
by, like,
How does she prevent herself from like actually evacuating into
Shitting?
the jar?
Oh, there's videos of that for sure.
Well, she said there is. She said there is
Will
videos.
she keep that in the jar and send it to them? Because then you're like getting jarred shit.
Well, she puts a
not really
rose.
jarred fart.
So this chick, she
It's like
does
Goldschlager.
this diet so she can brew it up, right? Like black beans, powder, Coke. Not like Coke, like Coke.
Coca-Cola? That
Coca-Cola.
Makes you fart. Yeah, anything carbonated,
bubbly.
right?
Yeah.
To get you gassy.
And she puts a rose petal in each jar and
Maybe
writes a
20
note with
or
it
so
too. It's
people-
fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Followed me on my unfiltered page, which I don't know if you guys know, but is my new 18 and up
product
platform.
placement.
Oh,
which
yeah,
has
for
really
sure.
blown up in like the past 3 months ever since.
So is she doing porn too, or is it just the?
Well, she does
Just the farting
videos.
in
She
the jar.
said she does videos of the farting in the jar. I mean, I can't imagine you do that with panties on. I'm assuming, or no panties. I don't know. I don't
but
know.
she doesn't. She doesn't do like.
No,
hardcore sex
she
with
started her
masturbating on camera.
own thing with
I would
other
fart
girls
through
though.
Panties. You could sell the panties too. Fuck. What a
That's
dumb
true.
bitch.
Yeah.
Like, we
Maybe
have
she
so many
was. We don't know.
creators. We
I don't know her
have
life.
So many new features. It is like OnlyFans times 100 at this point.
See,
so
she's got other
I've been
girls
using
in
my
her stable.
unfiltered account to sell
fart.
these farts.
I think so, yeah.
I'm the type of person that has learned over the years to never
This is-
Does that say
be
fart
ashamed,
jars?
Yeah.
To always be open and accepting of people's weirdness and oddities. And so
don't wanna
I
shame.
was like, you know what? I've been
You don't wanna
requested
shame.
so many times to
don't
jar
wanna
and
shame.
sell
That
my
Coke bottle
farts.
off your
Why
counter,
not
bitch.
let this be a thing that I offer? So I started doing it. I actually offered a limited edition drop of these fart.
You like to do limited
On my
limited drops.
Limited. Yeah, that's the key. Is
wearing
you want to
one
do
right
limited.
now.
He's
I bet
wearing
you-
one right now.
I bet you. There you go. I bet you that when she's brewing that in their belly, there's like a different brand of fart every time. Like, maybe these are a little more musty or pungent
She
or whatever.
stuck to
it
the
is.
same diet because she wanted the same
consistency.
delicious smell. She said so. It
It's
was.
delicious.
She doesn't say that, but like she says, it's a good smell. So it's like black
Sells
beans, some kind of vegan protein, yogurt, eggs. She breaks it all down in the video. Yogurt, eggs. Like I said, the Coca-Cola, and she said she would eat that in the morning, and then she would read a book to wait for it to brew up, and then it would start coming.
And then would she just like blast one fart in the jar it, and then like an assembly line?
I'm
like,
assuming
fart in a jar,
so.
jar it, fart in a jar.
She never really breaks that part down. She just says she farts in a jar, puts a rose petal, and she justifies why it's $1,000
Why?
because she writes a special note for each one.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what the note says. She doesn't say. Maybe it's like, oh, today my stomach hurt. This I don't fucking know. Puts the rose petal, the jarring. She says it's the time,
Wait a
all
minute,
the
there's a
money she
rose-
has to spend on the food prep.
There's a rose petal in the fart jar?
Yeah.
Well, what the fuck?
That's going to affect the smell,
That's
right?
gonna affect the smell.
I think she thinks it absorbs it. And so when you smell it, eventually after it maybe ships to them, like you smell the rose petal
Yeah,
and
it
it's
sounds
all
like she's
fart.
got really shitty smelling farts.
I bet you they're really
up with
pungent.
the
I mean, they'd have to be if you're
Well,
jarring them.
and protein powder, like that shit really where to blow it out.
Yeah, no, blood protein powder really makes you fart.
And
horribly.
eggs. She was eating eggs, protein powder, black beans.
Eggs would be like they're a horrible rotten egg smell. That's a horrible smell.
But
she's sulfury.
She's really getting it going. So anyway, she was eating this diet. The crazy part, I remember I was sending to you this like for months, this story. Look at this chick selling farts. And then recently,
so yeah,
she ends up in the fucking hospital.
Well, because it's such a moneymaker, you'd think that thered be a very small demand for jarred farts.
100,000 in 8 months.
Not a lot of guys would want this, right? That's at least what $1,000 a jar. That's 100 dudes who want farts. You actually think, oh fuck, I could probably find 100. If you're on the internet, you probably find 100 guys that want a jarred fart. She did. Obviously.
She did, no problem.
And I guess demand got so high that she was now unable to fulfill the demand with her one butthole and her one colon. She wasn't able to get it all, get as much out there. So she started really eating a lot of this stuff.
No, she kept the same diet. It just was they told her she had to change. So she ended up having she thought she was having a heart attack.
Well, no, this is what, she had so much gas built up in
Correct.
her that she thought she was having a heart attack. She had to go to the hospital.
She wasn't eating more and more. She ate the same amount every day. It's not like she's like, I got to get more out. So she started piling
she wasn't
it on.
maybe getting enough of it out. She kept eating it, even though there's already gas in there that's built up.
Yeah, she just did too much gas.
I'll tell you something. I've had that before where, I don't know if you've ever had a situation where you couldn't fart. Okay,
I've never had that problem.
Never had that problem where you're in a close quarters situation with someone. If you blast a fart, they're gonna hear it.
I don't care.
Mike hasn't lived in Toronto.
I don't care.
You've never had a situation where you held in a fart.
You know what I do? I just let it. I never. It's always better out than in.
I agree with you, but you've never had a situation where you don't.
I never hold it.
You've been married for a while.
I never hold.
Anyways,
I never hold.
Okay.
Never. Put that on a fucking t-shirt.
But I have, and I've been in a situation where I held it too long, and then I got very uncomfortable. Where I had to go to the hospital. I had to go to the emergency room, and they had to give me Demerol to relax my
buddy.
bowels.
Were you holding it for 4 days?
It was a whole day. It was a whole day.
You couldn't step out somewhere. You're like, come on, give me a break.
No, because it's in the in the time when you have to fart. Okay, you're in that situation, you're stuck, and then you hold it in, and then you can't just go on command like I got one in the chamber.
All day.
There's a book out there. You should probably.
You don't even get that reference. Someone gets that, huh?
No,
it's the Burbs.
Parked outside all day.
That's a pretty obscure one, Mike.
Where was the car parked? It was parked outside all day.
Yeah, that was what was the neighbor's name? Klopak.
It's one of my favorite movies, by the way.
It's fantastic.
Thank you. I know
the doctor. My brother, the doctor.
So anyways, she's sick. She's doing better now, and she's back, but she won't go back to this lifestyle of selling farts.
Yeah, she was on a supersize me diet. What did she expect?
Page pretty quickly they sold
She's
out.
so pretty though, huh?
Completely blew my
Sexy.
mind, and I made a
makeup,
TikTok that went really viral.
I think that's maybe the appeal is that it's like a hot chick who you wouldn't think ever fart. Like the guys want to almost think most of the guys want to think that the girls don't fart.
Wait, they do?
They don't even dump.
Girls fart?
Right?
Yeah, they do.
But then this girl's like, no, I fart. And I'm gonna jar it. I'm gonna send it to you.
And you're gonna like it.
With a little love
and
note.
you're gonna like it.
And you're gonna like it.
And you're gonna give me $1,000.
I want to know how these guys enjoy it though. Like, do they just kind of lift open the lid just a little bit and just sniff it like a little bit at a time?
Seeing you doing it is making it really creepy.
Yeah, it is a little
I can
creepy.
imagine a bunch
Picture
of
what these guys are doing.
That's
with
what
these
I'm
jars.
saying. Like, can you imagine these guys getting it?
I feel like it's like an NFT. I think it's like an NFT. They just have it, and it's like sits on the fucking mantle of their shitty apartment. And there's
You think so?
I almost
I don't
prefer
know.
this over an NFT because I can hold it. It's real.
Yeah, it's something real. It happened. It was an event.
An NFT.